Hi everyone, Chris Anderson with Mount Comfort RV. Would you look at that? That is a 2021 Dutchstar. That's a 4081. Going to be our first in-depth video on a Dutchstar for 2021. And I want to tell you, there's a skill set out there that not too many people have. The delivery drivers that bring us these coaches can measure fuel better than an IndyCar pit crew, because they managed to get them here with roughly a teaspoon of fuel left in them. It's a very, very precise skill set. So I need to take this down to get some fuel in it. I stole Tony's credit card to do this, so let's go put some fuel in it. You can take a drive. Come on. Okay, so we're sitting inside the Dutchstar. I already have the engine running. This one's on a Spartan chassis. A couple things. First of all, new for 2021. Look at the size of the screens, the color, 10-inch, 9.5, whatever they are. The big monitors, same ones that are in the New Air and stuff like that. So these have been brought down to the Dutchstar. Was probably my one big thing about going up to a Mountain Air was you got the bigger screens. Now you get the bigger screens in the Dutchstar, so that can save you some money over a Mountain Air. And so we're going to get this going. I brought sunglasses in case I need them, because it is a sunny day today in beautiful central Indiana. Tony, before we go, you might want to show them how the step cover works there. So right now the passenger's feet would dangle over the step well, but have no fear. Tony's big feet can fit right on there. You can stand on that. That's ready to go. Now it's a much more comfortable ride. I'm going to buckle up. It's going to be hard for Tony to buckle up because he's shooting a video. So I'm going to scare the hell out of him. All right. Nice. And I'm looking. I've got tire pressure monitoring built right into the screen here. It also tells me my tire temperature. So that's very nice. You can also add to this your towed. So your tow vehicle can also be on your tire pressure monitoring, and you can keep an eye on it there. For a Spartan chassis, we'll get a little more comfortable here. Can't take too much time, this thing will run out of fuel. For a Spartan chassis, the comfort drive controls are in the dash. Well, actually for Freightliner and Spartan, they're in the dash, but it's a little easier to get to. I'm just going to press a couple of buttons here, go to settings, comfort drive, there it is. Okay, it's about where I like it, kind of in the middle, so that's good. We'll go back to the home screen. Spartan did not go to the stalk on the side like Freightliner does. They still have your traditional push button transmission, so that's nice and easy. Let's release the air brakes and let's see what we can do here. All right, we've got our 360 camera going on this so we can see what we hit. We've still got a little bit of parking lot and fence construction going on here at Mount Comfort RV. Our building is up and running and beautiful and a nice showroom. We're still working on the parking lot. Had to wait for some weather to get warm. All right. Very quiet bus. Hope that's not because it ran out of fuel. We're just going to take it down one exit, put some fuel on Tony's credit card, and bring it back. All right, very smooth with 450 horsepower. We're getting right up to speed. We're about halfway down the on-ramp. I'm already at 40 miles an hour. And 50 miles an hour. We have the blind spot monitors, so as I hit my left turn signal there to merge left, The screen displayed what was in my left blind spot. Cruise control is on the turn signal this year. It's on the turn signal wand. It's kind of like an old General Motors one, so it's very familiar to me. Got the button right on the end of the stalk. Once again, blind spot monitor. We're clear, we're merged, and we're cruising along at 65 miles an hour. It's a little sticky in here. Let's turn on some dash air. There we go. I'd have the roof air going, except there's not enough fuel in it to run the generator. Alright, so when you're dealing with a comfort drive coach, you just don't have to saw at the wheel much at all. I mean, I certainly can't say it drives itself, but there's just not a lot of driver input needed here. And that's the beautiful thing about a Newmar. I always tell people, if it comes down to how well insulated a coach is, how quiet a coach is, how quiet the air conditioning is, or how a diesel coach drives, you'll buy a Newmar if you do your research. Every company has that one or two things that they do very, very well. Well, that's Newmar's handful of things that they do better than anybody else. The insulation level is superior, which makes it so much quieter than other brands. Makes it easier to heat, easier to cool, makes their air conditioners quieter, and the comfort drive makes them drive better. And those are just, I would challenge any other brand to a head-to-head competition on any of those criteria. There's not too many people that would go as in-depth as we do with these videos. We're actually going to show you what it's like to run out of fuel on the interstate on a 40-foot diesel pusher. Seems like it's taking forever to get to this exit. All right, one new feature for 2021 is they've actually added warp drive to the Dutchstars. So if you're really, you need to be on a straight road for this, but if you've got some clear road in front of you and you want to get there quicker, just hit that switch right there and hold it in. Whew! Man, that takes it out of you a little bit. Tony was really wishing he had his seatbelt on for warp drive. He didn't know I was going to do that. All right, so when you're approaching exits, one of my biggest pet peeves when I'm test driving with people is late breakers. All right, this is a big, heavy bus, like 50,000 pounds worth of heavy bus, okay? When you know you're slowing down, you see a stoplight change, you're getting off at an exit, scrub a good third or more of your speed off way back there, and then kind of slowly creep up to the end of the ramp here. That's going to do you a few favors. Number one, your passengers will thank you because you're not standing the bus on end and they're wondering if it's going to stop. Number two, the salesperson with you on a test drive will thank you because, you know, he's probably just holding on for dear life. Number three, when it is your coach and you're out in enjoying the travels, remember your cabinets are full of your canned goods and it's your orange juice in the refrigerator, and do you really want that all over the place? Everything when you're driving one of these should be about smooth acceleration, smooth deceleration, smooth turns, and most importantly, smooth stops. That's the one where people tend to struggle with it. The diesel pushers accelerate very smooth naturally, and of course most people do slow down enough for the turns to turn smoothly, but the one where people struggle is late braking. So brake early, scrub off a third of the speed, and then just slowly decelerate up the rest of the ramp or to the stoplight, whatever the case may be. Looks like we've encountered some road construction. Let's see, gonna be a little snug here. These guys probably appreciate it if I take out a few of their cones. Boy, they didn't leave me a lot of space here. All right, suck it in, Tony. Tighten your belt. All right, we made it through. Slow and steady wins the race when it comes to situations like these. This is going to happen when you're out in a motorhome, but you'll get through it. One big thing when you're getting fuel stations are probably the easiest places for RV motorhome drivers to get themselves in trouble, especially new motorhome drivers, because they're sometimes just not looking at the things they should be looking at. Number one is you want to have an exit strategy before you pull into any fuel station. If you can't see the way out, don't turn in, because you just don't know. Now, pilots and Flying J's and truck stop type fuel stations generally have plenty of room for motorhomes and stuff like that, but if it's another brand, more of a car type fuel station, you definitely want to recognize your way out before you pull in. This is magnified tremendously if you are pulling a toad, because of course you can't back up with a toad. So that's just something to consider. Boy, everybody's making my life rough today, parking anywhere and everywhere. Now, the thing you got to watch in a situation like this is actually your tail whip. Now, the 360 camera will help tremendously on that. I'm not worried about catching this guy anywhere other than that back corner, and we've got him missed. But that's one place where the 360 camera really makes you feel better. All right, I'm gonna wiggle this coach around where we can get some fuel. The fuel station's pretty busy today, but that's okay. All right, let's back him up. Now, the nice part about a Dutchstar is there is fuel on both sides. However, there's no pump right there. That's a real bummer. I can't tell you how much of a bummer that is. Okay, now there's a semi pulling in behind me. Where the heck is he going? All right, I'm backing it up. My pump, I call dibs. All right. That's not something you usually have to look for. Usually, there's pumps on both sides of these things. Okay, again, 360 camera will be your friend here. So you can see those little red poles. We don't want any extra red paint on this beautiful Dutchstar. And about right there. Tony doesn't know I know his pen. Okay, you want to be careful with these. They tend to spit some nasty green fuel on you, and diesel fuel's a little stinky. The coaches don't stink anymore. I like this fuel station because they have really fast pumps. These are truck style pumps instead of car style pumps. So it'll flat put the fuel in. There's a gallon already. 2 gallons. 3. So it won't take us long to get this filled up. That's what we like. so slow and steady wins the race when it comes to getting in and out of these spots. Like I said, gas stations, fuel stations will be your toughest challenge, and it's just, especially if there's two of you. Remember, it's okay, just like we did there. Tony was filming from the outside, but honestly, he was out there for two reasons. One, to film, and two, I was telling him to keep an eye on that front left corner because it was hard for me to see, and even with the 360 camera, there was a little bit of a shadow, and you just, you don't want to scuff a beautiful ride. All right. When you're making turns in coaches, this is a very easy turn I'm about to do here, but when you're making turns in a coach, you just have to remember, don't turn too soon. It's not a car, so you don't drive the same line as a car. You'll actually drive a little deeper into the turn before you start the turn. So go straight longer and then start. The nice part about something like a Dutchstar with independent front suspension and a 60-degree wheel cut is it's surprising how sharp this bus will turn. And that's something to use to your advantage. So you just never want to turn too sharp, especially right turns. It's one of those hard 90-degree right turns and they put a telephone pole right in the middle. Listen, you just have to get used to the fact that sometimes you have to, just like a semi-tractor, sometimes you have to use your lane and part of their lane and maybe a third lane somewhere along the line to get it done. You just wait for traffic to clear, and most people are pretty aware of what's going on and are going to give you room to make the maneuvers you need to make. The easiest drives you'll have are out on the open road, which is where you spend 90% of your time anyway, and you can't get much of an easier drive than what we're doing right now. It's so much easier to merge when you can merge at speed, and that's what 450 horsepower and 1,250 foot-pounds of torque will do for you, is allow you to merge at speed. We're already coming up on the end of the ramp, and I'm at 60 miles an hour. So I could have been running 70 if I wanted to be. So it's June in Indiana. Our national pastime is putting up orange barrels. That's what we do pretty constantly around here. So we're down to one lane right now, but traffic seems to be moving smoothly, and it's a roomy lane. They've got the barrels on the far side of the white line, so they're not crowding me or anything. Here we go. Seriously. There's the spot you picked. Okay, well, Tony survived. His credit card, not so much. But I think this is a great bus for us to open up and show you all the ins and outs of it. Let's do that now. Okay, if you like the test drive, you're really going to like the inside of this coach. Again, this is a 2021 Newmar Dutchstar, and this is the 4081 floor plan. This is a bath and a half floor plan, and this one is as loaded as we ever bring in a Dutchstar. This is an MSRP of around $487,000. We're obviously going to make you a great price on that. We're a very competitive dealership. I cannot give out that great price over the internet, though, so please give us a call. We'll get you taken care of. Don't forget to ask for me. That's one of the big things. And like and subscribe to our page if you want to get regular videos like this. We'll get some shots of the cabin area up here. Of course, all the shades in this coach are power, and every window has both a full blackout shade like you see in the windshield here, and also a daytime shade where you can kind of still see out, but it's going to offer you some protection from the ultraviolet rays. Dual cup holders to the driver's left over here. On a Spartan chassis, as I mentioned, you still have a push button transmission, fully computerized, hydraulic leveling from HWH, digital dash. I'll turn that on just so you can kind of get a look and see as this comes to life, as the Spartan chassis comes to life. It's actually a beautiful cluster. I was noticing as I was driving it, everything's very well laid out, lots of gauges to look at, lots of information on here. So there's a good shot of that. You have built-in Bluetooth to the chassis now, so you can do that right here. You have hands-free. You actually still have your wiper control on the steering wheel. They didn't have to move that because they did move their cruise control to a more traditional, like I said, that's like an old school General Motors turn signal stock there, and that's a perfect place for cruise control in my mind. And then this control set here kind of scrolls you through all the different menus and everything on the digital dash, including the tire pressure monitor and that type of thing. All right, over here we have our 360-degree camera. You can kind of see all the way around this coach with a bird's eye view, and then you can actually see out behind as well. You can have lots of different combinations of cameras brought up on screen here. I don't want to spend too much time on this because this video with the test drive and everything is already going to be one of our longer videos. Real quickly, we'll go through the control center up front here. This coach has the Winegard Traveler satellite dish on it. So that is built in up top here. I believe it also, I think we optioned this one in with maybe the second satellite dish. Yes, we did, as a matter of fact. We optioned this in so it has an in-motion satellite dish for while you're going down the road, and then also has the Winegard Traveler for once you're there. So any questions about TV, internet, that type of thing, those are some of the most common questions I get. I would love to go over those individually with you. We can kind of do whatever you want to do, just kind of depends on what's important to you. For some people, TV and internet are the number one thing that they have to have at all times when they're on the road. We can take care of you. For other folks, they're like, if I have it, I have it. If I don't, I don't. All right, so over here, this control center, this actually controls our inverter. This has a 2800 watt inverter in it. Inverters take 12 volt battery current, DC current, and turn it into 120 volt household current to run your different items through here. And basically, you can run about anything in this coach other than your air conditioners off of the inverters. So nice setup there. This coach does also have auto generator start, so you can set your generator to come on and charge your batteries if the batteries get low, or set it to a certain temperature so if it gets warm in the coach, it comes on to keep your animals cool, that type of thing. So nice setup there with the auto generator start. We have the Winegard power antenna on the roof, which automatically dials in the channels. This system is for our hydronic. This is our Oasis panel. This is for our hydronic heating. The hydronic heating is your primary heat source in this coach, but it is also your unlimited hot water source. So this system runs off of either diesel fuel or electricity, and it actually runs pretty well off electricity if you're on a 50 amp service as well. So nice setup here, but unlimited hot water, and like I said, your primary heating for your coach. We have security lights, a block heater. This is our in-motion satellite switch, our step switch for the outside step, and our exterior LED lights underneath the slide room. That's all controlled right here across this panel. And then we have the Newmar slide system for running our front two slides in and out. This panel down here will control our HVAC and also give us all of our tank levels and our battery voltage. Our autofill feature is on here as well, so when you leave the campground, it can automatically fill the tanks for you, so you'll leave full. This system is our power control panel. What this is going to do for us is it is an energy management system that recognizes what type of power you're plugged into and keeps you under that. So if you're on a 30 amp service, it won't let you go over 30 amps and blow the circuit breaker at the post. Certainly everything operates better in a coach like this on a 50 amp service, and this would also keep you under 50 amps. So next we have this here, and we normally don't bring in this package, but this has the full Girard package on. It's like a $15,000 package that not only includes the two Nova awnings on the outside, but your over-the-door awning is also a power Girard awning. Your window awnings, which is what this controls, is also a power Girard awning. Your slide toppers are also Girard slide toppers. So that's a top brand company, but everything they make is expensive. That's why that package is $15,000. So sometimes we bring them in with regular Dometic window awnings and stuff like that on them to keep the price down. But this one's loaded. Like I said, this Dutchstar is for the guy that wants it all. This is gonna do it for you. All right, we come over here. This is just a little bit of storage up top. We showed you the step well cover as well. One thing that's nice here, and this is common on all Newmars, but I don't always show it. Look at the nice table for the passenger. When this sets up like that, you've got a nice workstation or place to have a sandwich. Of course, both driver and passenger seat are power seats. They do turn around. They're flex steel chairs, and they are both recliners built in. Our control panel right here, this is our Multiplex lighting panel. The Multiplex lighting panel is computer controlled lighting, so you can take panels and kind of light up the whole coach or shut off the whole coach right here from one station when you walk in. And there are panels strategically located throughout the coach so that you never have to go too far to control your lights, and you don't have to usually go all the way into a room to turn the lights on or off in that room. So that's kind of a nice feature. Below that, the panel below here, that's our heated floor. We did option in the heated floor on here. So this is a 3-zone heated floor. You have your living area, you have your bedroom, you have your bathroom, and this floor can be roasty and toasty. And by the way, there's no carpet as you're looking around here. This is a Dutchstar, so this coach does not have any carpet in it whatsoever. So those of you who have had coaches and hate the carpet and it gets dirty and all that, this might be the coach for you because we've eliminated that completely. So the heated tile floor, if it's not real cold out, 50 degrees or warmer, and some people tell me even colder than that, you can heat the coach with the heated floor. That's a nice heat because it's silent, doesn't change the humidity whatsoever in the coach. It's a very comfortable heat, and obviously nice if you're walking around in here barefoot. So a lot of people really like that. And again, if you're living off of, if the campground is paying for the electricity, better to use their electricity than your diesel fuel to heat things up. All right, we'll get into the entertainment. We've shown you the TV coming up here, the Samsung television. That is on a televator and disappears down behind the sofa there. We have a Blu-ray player here and all of our satellite hookups. This is where your receiver would go, would be in this cabinet here. You can just kind of see how neat everything is, even in areas where it's hard to keep things neat. We all have that area behind our television where all the cables and everything come in, and for most of us, myself included, that's a bit of a bird's nest back there. With Newmar, they keep it all nice and neat. The shades in this coach are controlled by two of these, one for the bedroom, one for the main living area, and you can raise and lower all the shades in the coach with this remote. We do have a Bose Bluetooth sound system to top things off with our home theater system here, and any sound coming out of the TV can be made to come out of the Bose, or you can Bluetooth your favorite music, listen to Pandora, that type of thing through there. This is just storage up above the other side of the sofa here. All right, this does turn into a bed. Let's show you how this works. This is called a fold and tumble hide-a-bed. It's very comfortable sleeping for two people. You lift here and then pull out at like a 45-degree angle. As I do that, notice the legs coming down. You don't have to do those on your own. They come down, and then this just folds down. And then you have an air mattress with an automatic inflator built in right there. It's that simple to get this into bed mode. When we're done with bed mode, reverse the procedure, push back in, and it's done. So how easy is that? Let's get into the kitchen. A lot of people like to see all the kitchen storage and everything. Full extension, very smooth. Come on. I don't know why that's giving me troubles today. There we go. So extra workspace when you're working in the kitchen. When you're done, this kind of just put a little hip into it. That'll go back in and lock itself in place. Cabinetry wise, let's get these open. Let Tony get to filming. Nice pull out there. All these shelves have, or all these cabinets have shelves in them, which effectively doubles your space. Even your trash cans on a nice pull out here, and there's room for two trash cans, so one for trash and one for recycling. Nice little spot for the scrubbies, silverware divider, all of that. All right. Well, this coach also has the dishwasher option. Told you this thing was loaded. I don't think we skipped anything. So there is your dishwasher, and again, all electric coach here, no propane system at all. We have a double bowl stainless sink with a pull down sprayer. This is called black chrome that they're using on all the hardware in here. It's very popular nowadays. Looks good. And then underneath here we have our induction cooktop. Of course, since there is no propane system, no gas cooktop under here. That's induction. Uses the special pans, and that cooktop can be taken outdoors. Put it on the picnic table if you want to, and cook outside with it. We also optioned in the big window underneath, and that's nice because this is your side of the campground. This is out under your awning. That's your friends and family that are going to be out on this side. This table is actually a pull-out table. It's freestanding, okay? So I can take this table out and I can set it in the middle of the floor. There are leaves, of course, that go in it that will allow us to expand it and make it a bigger table, or it's a nice small table here. I don't usually bring this one in as much, but I don't know why. It's actually a very functional table. So, like I said, it'd be a nice game table, that type of thing. And then this is our combination computer buffet. So we have a pull-out tray here for a keyboard. Down below there's room for a printer. You can run the USB cable right down through there. Have an outlet in the corner and an outlet down below, and the outlet right there has built-in USBs. All right, then this table just slides back under, just like that, so it's out of the way. Okay. On this side, down low, we have a file drawer. Okay. And then storage and more storage. Another plug here with built-in USBs right under the wall sconce. All right, as we get back into this area, we have refrigerator. This is a Whirlpool LED with ice maker. All electric refrigerator, runs off the inverter. If you have questions on that, don't hesitate. These drawers are adjustable in height. The pantry lights up. This year they're locking, so they don't want to come out on their own. You push in to release. You have water built into the door on the refrigerator as well. Now, this coach also has central vac built in. So right here, you can kind of be sweeping this floor up a little bit. And this is just a little, it's like a power dustpan. So you don't even have to bend over. There are tools that plug in right here. And with that, you can reach to both the front and the back of the coach. They're long tools. Now, the bathroom that you would use going down the road would be this half bath. We're going to do 2 shots of this. Tony's going to get a shot now. Then I'm going to get in there, open up all the cabinets so you can see all the storage. And you can look back. We have a nice medicine cabinet. The storage above the toilet is really just for the circuit breaker box. But there's a lot of little cubbies and cabinets in there. Don't hit your head on anything, Tony. All right. Geez, lots of them. All right, one of the things when you're in Dutchstar, all the wood is solid wood. This is no wrapped wood anywhere in here. That door's heavy. It says the high gloss finish on the Bermuda glazed maple. When you want privacy, you have privacy. Those doors lock automatically in the fully open or fully closed position. You don't even have to do anything to them. We have king size bed, as I mentioned, and you do have room on either side of the bed to actually make the bed. They've made the slide box just a little wider in order to accommodate that. The bed does lift up for storage. Okay. So there's our extra 2 chairs that go around the table. There are outlets on either side of the bed, along with little storage cubbies. And then there's even an outlet up here. See if I can get that door open for you, Tony. So there's an outlet up here. This is for a CPAP machine. This is designed to hold a CPAP machine. And then there's these little cubbies in each corner where you can run your hoses down out of the CPAP machine and very comfortably not have it on a nightstand next to you, but have it tucked away very neat and clean beside you. These windows do open up for a cross breeze. You can see the accent lighting that is built into the fascia of the slide. We have great storage in this coach. As we turn around this way, we're going to have 2 nice wardrobes. Good hanging space in both of them. Here's our leaf for our table hiding in this one, but that is a full wardrobe as well. And then we have 5 drawers down below, okay, that are just like this one. I'm not going to open all 5, but the other 5 look like this. Okay, and those are soft close also. And then right here, this one flips down. You have your Blu-ray player and hookups for satellite dish in there. We have a very small step up going into the rear bathroom. It's almost not even noticeable, so that's nice. We did go to a cathedral ceiling when we came back here though, so gives you, even if you're a tall person, going to give you that much more height back here. They redesigned this bathroom last year. This coach used to be called a 4018, now it's a 4081. And the only bad part about a 4018 is it had the neo-angle shower, and that's not what people liked. That made it tough. They were going to the 43 footers, even if maybe they didn't want to, just to get the bigger shower that's in the 43 footers. Well, they redesigned this bathroom, and it's not quite as open as it was before, but there's plenty of room in here. I mean, there's no place in here where I can't get with ease. But look at this shower. And they really put an outstanding shower in this coach, and this is important. One of the big complaints people get is, man, I can't move in that shower. I have no elbow room. I don't have a seat. This one does have a seat. So you have the rain shower head plus a handheld, plus you have the water miser system, so you can turn the water on and it'll recirculate. While it's warming up, it'll recirculate back to the fresh water tank, so you're not wasting water while you're waiting on it to warm up. All nice features. Stackable washer dryer built in, ready to go. All right, and then over in the corner we have the toilet And right next to that we have the emergency exit door with built-in telescoping ladder. Look at that. I love it when it works. Sometimes the door's locked. Makes us look bad. All right, let's look at some of our storage in this, because they took the opportunity in here to really give you a lot of cabinet space. Nice plug in there. Little beard trimmer or hair dryer would plug right in there. Then look over here, there's a totally separate wardrobe with a safe in the corner. And I want you, there's 6 drawers like this one, okay? Storage underneath in the middle. Okay, 2 more drawers like this one. And a little cubby down there. I mean, there's enough little cubbies in this bathroom to make even the most pack rat of a full-timer RVer happy, I think. Of course, you have fantastic fans in here, in the kitchen as well, and in the half bath. Lots of countertop space, beautiful coach. All right, I think that about covers the inside of this coach. Let's go take a look at the outside. Before we go outside, one thing we always like to do is show you how much space there is when the slides are in. Because of the furniture configuration on here, it's actually pretty good. This coach I'd give a B+ on. I can even turn around, get through here, get through here. This chair's not even all the way up against. I could give myself a little bit more room there. Get back to the refrigerator, which I clearly spend too much time in front of. Freezer would open up, and then because of the articulating door on the bathroom, you could work yourself right in here without any problem also, because that opens up, and then this is huge. I mean, I got 6 extra inches here. Room to expand. So there we go. This is, you could easily lay on the king bed. It's fully accessible to you as well. So this is what the Dutchstar 4081 looks like with the slides closed. Now we'll get to the outside. So one of the things we did on this coach was we did bring this in with the entire Girard package, as I mentioned. Part of that is the 2 Nova awnings. As these 2 awnings come out, they're going to actually kind of bend in the middle to give you just that much more coverage. And you end up having basically the whole side of your coach as awning space. Now, I'm not going to take the time to open all of the window awnings, but you have a window awning here, an over-the-door awning here, and then 2 window awnings on the other side as well. And those are also powered Girard awnings. There's an LED light strip that runs the entire length here as well. This is a lot of nice shaded space. In fact, I think for the rest of our demo, we're going to use this space in the shade so we're not as hot. Okay, we're going to start up front where we oftentimes do, up here where we're looking at the masterpiece finish. We of course have the Diamond Shield clear mask on here to protect against little rock chips and bugs and that type of thing. The big Velvac mirrors, the turn signal monitor cameras. We optioned in the chrome package as well on here. So again, we cut no corners on this coach. This does have the keyless entry, so you don't have to always have your key in your pocket. You do even have a doorbell on there, so you know when the neighbors get there. Aluminum wheels, and these are the big tires on here. These are the 315s. Of course, dual fuel fill, so just like we talked about on the gassing up, I wasn't really worried about what side the pump was on when I got to the fuel station. Couple things to see here. The freezer has been made a bigger freezer, so that is outstanding there. Look at the amount of space in here. This can be refrigerator or freezer. It runs off of 12 volt or 110. One of the things you can see the way we have this done now is that piece of steel going back at a 45-degree angle. That is part of the Star Foundation that came out several years ago on the Newmar chassis. The idea being that this coach is as strong on this outer edge as it is in the center. All of this weight gets transferred back to the center. That gives you a low center of gravity, gives you a great driving coach, and yet a very rigid frame for doing things like a full wall slide that lifts up and eliminates all the carpet and that type of thing. So we have a slide out tray here that will go out either side. There are LED lights that come on whenever you open any of the compartment doors, and there is a master switch to shut that off if you want to inside the coach. We have a half tray here, and you can see this is the spot where we would dump out our central vac. So easy to get your goodies in and out, and easy to change the bag on your vacuum cleaner. All Newmar slides are flush mount to eliminate wind noise, also to prevent any chance of a leak, and they just look better being flush mount. The camera you see up here, that's one of the 4 cameras that are tied into our 360-degree camera system. Behind here is the water tank, and most coaches don't even give you this compartment. They won't put a door on it, it's just an access. But Newmar said there's 6 inches of space here. This is a good spot for the cans of WD-40, the extra roll of duct tape, all that good stuff that most people would want to take with them on the coach. This is a steerable tag axle, which definitely helps with your turning radius. It's going to make it that much of a sharper turn, and is going to eliminate the scrubbing of the tires. Now, when I say steerable, there's not a separate steering wheel, and it is in no way does the steering wheel directly affect this. It's kind of like the front wheels on your grocery cart. As you move, or as the coach moves, those wheels follow at low speeds, and that's what it's designed to do. So this is a steerable tag axle coach. Your DEF tank, diesel exhaust fluid tank, is here. You can see that right there, and it is fillable from either side. If you don't know what DEF is, it's part of the engine after treatment. I'm not going to get real in depth on that, but if you call me, I'll gladly go over everything with you. I would bore you to tears on a video about DEF. So chassis batteries and chassis disconnect breakers are right here. That's if you put your coach in storage, you can shut it down. This is a side radiator coach. So with a side radiator coach, it gives you tremendous ability to get to the engine. Now, one of the things with the Spartan chassis, you do have a hydraulically driven cooling fan as opposed to a viscous clutch. A lot of people definitely prefer that. That's a little heavier duty option, I think. That's one of the things you get with the Spartan chassis. 1,250 foot-pounds of torque, 450 horsepower, and 15,000 pounds tow capacity. You also have your safe haul feature back here, which has the air braking built into it, so it's real easy to go to like an M&G or an Air Force One braking system for your Toad. The motorhome half is already there. High mounted tail lights so that they can be seen over your Toad, just in case your Toad lights aren't working, and then beautiful rear cap up there with an integrated camera. These coaches just look great. There is the side radiator that we mentioned before over here, where it's not interfering with anything else, and then we have our other DEF fill here. A separate little cubby hole for the sewer hose to go in, so it's not mingling with anything it shouldn't be. We have a power hose reel on this coach, so you're not looking for a place to put your water hose. It's right there. This is new for 2020 as well. The stainless steel backer, everything just looks better. It was white before. The stainless steel just looks so much better. A much upgraded, not your typical little $3 faucet for your outdoor shower. This is metal. This is a much nicer outdoor shower with hot and cold water. We can turn the water pump on out here, fill our tank, or hook up to city water out here, have our roll of paper towels, and we did option in, told you it was loaded, we optioned in that little curled up hose there. That is the SaniCon system. Okay, that's a separate macerator. There are 2 macerating toilets in this coach, but that separate macerator will grind things up and help you move product that comes out of the black tank or gray tank over a longer distance. You can do that. So if you had a particular situation in a pole bar or something where you couldn't get to close enough to do a gravity dump on your tanks, you can actually use the SaniCon system and pump it. You can even, if that hose isn't long enough, you can even put a regular garden hose on the end of it and pump it even further. I think they'll go up to like 200 feet if memory serves. Don't use your fresh water hose on the end of your SaniCon. Just a little friendly tip there. We have a 50-foot, 50-amp shore power cord. You can see some of the LED lights that we have in there. So nice setup there. We also have, this is your hookup for park cable right here. If I can get that open. So if the campground has cable, you can hook up to it. This coach has surge protection built in and a surge protection monitor, which is new for 2021, right there. We mentioned the Oasis system. This is your hot water heating system. This is also your primary heating system of the coach. This is what enables us to be able to do an all-electric coach. That is the bones of that. That's the boiler room right there. We've seen the other half of this storage tray, so we'll move on quickly from there because we're running low on film, Tony says. This is a pull-out battery tray with 8 AGM, that's absorbed glass mat batteries. Yes, lithium ion is coming, but it's not quite there yet. From a cost perspective, the AGMs are still a much better way to go, and they're a great battery that require no maintenance. Now, here's our other fuel fill. I told you you could do it from either side. Up here we just have the Spartan fuses. This is kind of your chassis fuse portion of things up here. And then lastly, up front, we have an 8 kW Awning generator. It's very quiet, it's running now, has been the whole time. Obviously it's on a pull-out tray. You can see this little red knob right here. That's our hot water to generator. So that's a hot water spigot out here out front, so you can clean bugs off your windshield with hot water instead of cold water. And then right below this little filter right here, what you actually have there is a little air chuck, so you can air up your little toys. You do your tires too, but if you're heading to the beach and need an air compressor, use the air compressor built into your coach. So that's it. I think we've covered and then covered some more this 4081 Dutchstar. We're going to leave you with one final shot from the roof. One of the things you never get to see on a Dutchstar is the roof, because of the way they mold in those Girard awnings on the side. They hide the air conditioners and the antennas and all that. They make for a really beautiful bus, but you don't get a chance to appreciate this. You can see up front both satellite dishes. Well, one's in the middle, the InMotion one's in the middle, the other's all the way to the front. 2 air conditioners. Next to that front air conditioner, that's actually your antenna for your over-the-air. Back here at the back, you see the roof vent that's over the bathroom, and even the solar panel that does give a trickle charge to your engine battery. So this is just a perspective you don't very often get to see. We wanted to take the opportunity to do it. And also, we're going to pan forward on all those coaches we have in stock right now. But understand, we had about 15, 20 coaches more than this just 3 weeks ago. We have never been this busy. So if we have the one you want, now's the time. My name's Chris Anderson. Don't forget to ask for me. Thanks for watching.